Welcome back to Dracon's Plays The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine. Alright, so let's go ahead, wrap up the Beyond Hills and Dales.
This is the spot. Pull out the beams.
Ugly bastard.
A lot of those guys.
Just a bit more and I'll be free. At last.
I mean, sure. Alright. Yeah, so we've almost freed her and reached the end of this. I don't know exactly how much is left, but we're definitely in there.
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful.
Okay, it is magic nonsense.
Alright, toss them.
Oh, okay. Our friend the Emperor is walking down the road. Oh, alright, there's just a guy with a flute. And pop. Right?
Something's always gotta go wrong.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Stretch.
Yeah. The art in this portion of the DLC is amazing. And it stands out so strong to the rest of the game that this section really makes a good impression. Like, visually, the little gimmicks with, like, the fairy tale thing is good.
Incredible.
This part's a lot more dreary, though. Big contrast.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
Wow. What? Really? I remember there being a trophy about a giant at the beginning of the game.
One tough son of a wench.
Was
I
he?
told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. You probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
Useful?
That so? How? Plan to use me like you did Dettlaff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Oh, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
I don't know, man. It's like, I wouldn't, but Geralt probably would, just based off what I've seen in the games and the books. Oh, yep, just like the rest, this is weird. Okay. This is very odd. Notice the scars on her back. Makes sense, given her time as a bandit. Okay. What are these shots, man? Okay. His chin just, like, stuttered. Like the animation didn't play correctly there. Very minor, but caught my eye. Pop in.
Just gonna go our separate ways? No parting words?
Did you wish to tell me something?
Actually, that'd probably be best.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you this way.
Not that I recall, no.
In that case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel at times.
Let's hope everything works.
I just hope this tale has a happy ending. For me, for you, for everyone.
That may very well depend on you.
What's
Yes,
that supposed to
obviously.
mean?
Nothing beyond what you heard. For now. Come. The exit's this way.
I can't believe that the Cloud Giant went down with one crossbow bolt to the face. I mean, I'll take that.
Will-o'-the-wisp. I think it's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Just curious. Why do you want the heart of Toussaint and the ducal line?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first. Go on, jump in the well.
Oh, this well. Okay, that was weird for a second. All right. Things are still not going well.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary.
Ha!
Thus I knew where to await you.
Good work, Regis.
Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying, manipulating you are?
Enough.
Calm down, both of you.
But
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
All right. I'm very curious how things are going to end up turning out. Okay. 800. Alright, another quest done.
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Dun Time.
is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive. So aware. Honestly, what did Dettlaff ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
Alright.
Let's get ready. Dettlaff will be here any moment now.
Hello? Is that crow... Did that crow just tell Regis that he's almost here? Maybe you should stand closer to us. Maybe you should just stand closer to us.
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Dettlaff, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
Whoa!
What? But how?
Was it the ribbon that was supposed to protect her? Did it actually work? The
ribbon?
Yeah!
Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her!
Oh, joy. Sheesh, man. Okay. Go time. Don't hesitate now, Regis. Ah. Damn it, Regis. Alright. Bring it, Dettlaff.
Onward!
Just give me a second here, friend. That was the wrong button. Macrophage vampire.
You tricked me! Broke me out!
Didn't include any of it.
Silence!
Okay. Whoa, man. What the?
Acknowledge any gods. Start playing now.
Ah, that did. What the crap? That doesn't feel fair. Okay. I think I need to use Quen then. The fact that the crossbow bolts just bounce off half the time. I did land one hit, which grounded him temporarily. Alright, so he does have a body explosion. So maybe hit rend when he's down on the ground. Definitely use Quen to counter the bat wave. I did not know higher vampires had like crazy transforms and other crap. Like, what the heck? I mean, they're already juiced enough as it is. At least he doesn't have the annoying teleportation and invisible stuff some of the lesser ones had. At least his is a lot more straightforward. First phase is no problem. Alright.
Nice play.
Isn't it?
Is it, though? Perhaps.
Why would they put you before all these cutscenes?
Let's get the ribbon.
I also hate the skip in this game because it's per line.
I want you to... You tricked me, both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
Alright. Unskippable?
Acknowledge any gods. Start praying now.
How long are you gonna make me?
What the heck? Through Gwen? What the crap, man? The fact that it just goes through Gwen. What the crap? Why the heck can it just blow through Gwen like it's not even on? Like, it doesn't actually seem to make a difference. Seriously? It's like, what the heck is the point of Gwen if it can't even block one thing? Also, I'm just going for the step dodge. Maybe the roll dodge actually avoids that. Also, I'm pretty sure 100% of my dodge is invincible thanks to some of my upgrades. So it feels like a bunch of his stuff is just ignoring, like, the rules. Why do I keep encountering stuff like this in games recently? Where I just run into stuff that just ignores the rules they've established? Like, this guy just auto-deflecting crossbow bolts, just blowing through Gwen, hitting me in the iframes. Like, The combat in this game already doesn't feel great,
Nice, isn't
and
it?
when it gets undermined,
Is it though? Perhaps.
it feels even worse.
Let's get... The ribbon.
The fact that you have to mash through skip so many times feels poorly designed. Alright. Okay. And actually, you know what? Just fix it. Fix all of it. Alright. Oh, I only have 8 points. That's hard. Alright. Sustained lift. Push his enemies back. There we go. Alright. Yeah, this isn't doing anything for me. Alright. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Didn't.
That first part is stupidly easy.
Start playing now.
Damn it. Okay, got through that phase. Okay, now he can't fly. He can still teleport. Damn it. I'm out of my good potions. Okay, now what? What the actual crap? Alright.
Surrender.
Gotcha! Whew, I was out of heals. Regis? You okay? Alright.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
He's gonna permanently kill him? That's rough. Right thing to do, but that's rough. That's the guy that brought him back, that saved his life, but you did give him every chance to redeem himself. And he just didn't. It's a good thing I got that ribbon, though. This could have gone very differently if I didn't get the ribbon. Because she would be, Sienna would be super dead. However you say her name. Oh, fancy outfit. Hey, a level.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into
Rather
taste.
not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions.
Yeah,
Yet he's to
yeah.
attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him.
Yeah.
For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of Her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound
I
wistful.
want more dialogue with
Pensive,
Regis.
Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Oh?
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings
All right.
instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it.
Alright.
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I love how Geralt's just like,
had no
I
reprieve
can't
either.
be comfortable.
And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic.
Yeah.
Sienna
Who's the
planned
5th
everything
victim?
in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim.
Yes.
One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Sienna's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Alright. Yeah, let's go.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will
Right.
first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
We're just going to a boot black, man. I mean, I know they're brand new, but anything we get on them is going to be immediately cleaned off by that boot black for us, so I'm not planning on rolling about in the mud. Of course, if we do figure out the identity of the 5th victim, might not matter if we're messy or not at that point.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again?
Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
This kid, man.
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
How's business going?
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Alright.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Let's not
Beggars.
insult him.
Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Different
Just
person
4?
per letter?
Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think
Okay.
hard.
Any clue where they got the letters
Where'd
from?
they get the letters? They picked them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
Oh good, the lock-on thing's broken.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent district. We need no filth.
Hello? The lock-on thing's busted, man.
You? What do you
Happened
want?
at the end of the last fight.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
Meaning you.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Okay.
Come now, Witcher. Try me.
Grey-haired puppy knobber.
Witcher. Fecund wit, not a witcher.
I'll break your guts around your spine.
Okay. The 2-on-1 thing is rough.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere, were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
I need some information.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Garl.
The boot black? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
Alright.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the boot black. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain.
Yeah.
You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the boot black. Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
Ah. Is he the
still
most
have
recent?
mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
You still have yours. I would like to see that.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not
just
keep
like,
the
no,
promise
they
you made.
threatened you and made you feel uncomfortable.
All right.
Why are you protecting them?
Take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Yeah, of course it is. So that way people are more likely to get their shoes polished. Letter revealing the 5th victim.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well.
It's
I
Anna
must say,
Henrietta,
even
isn't
I
it?
did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa.
Yep.
It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Dettlaff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
You didn't want her to suffer?
Duchess was to be Dettlaff's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly
would have been
random
a better
victims to
fit,
start.
but-
The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking
Already
about a
dead.
righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victim's links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
I'd be interested.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
I actually think I have it figured out.
Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Siana locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her.
Do you want to come with?
Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
Fair enough.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that, no, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Alright.
Something reeks like
Pomp and strange circumstance. Okay. Way up at the palace.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Alright. Alright. Let's get up, visit her. Ooh, I want to pop the delusion ability on, so that way I can use, what is it, Axie? Potentially on the guards if they get in my way. Hello? Approximately. All right. Okay, here we go.
Halt!
Need to see Siana, urgently.
In the matter of?
Damn it.
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duquesse's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission. but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Alright. Here we go.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Thank you.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come,
Alright.
Geralt.
She
Why do
already
you
told
think-
us, Geralt.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated.
Yeah,
Well,
she already told
what
us
now?
this.
Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta. Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Have you ever thought of forgiving her?
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your
You
governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Talk to her, man.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of a Thousand Fables. You really want a happy ending to this story, don't you?
Yes.
Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
She's obviously very conflicted now. This is stuff she didn't want to think about or question.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Yeah.
Let's go. Want to see him too.
Alright. I can hear people walking around.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
You don't look too good, man.
Your face. Doesn't look good. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
Still looks rough, man. You took quite the beating in that, didn't you? Ugh. I don't know, man. I feel like he might not be the best guy to tell. Although he has done a lot for us. Oof. This part's tricky. Because I don't want to mess up my chances of a good ending to this. Do I want to give Sienna a chance, or do I want to tell Dane?
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the Duchy's highest honor.
Alright.
In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
The shot of 2 roses there then is interesting. I hope I made the right choice there. Alright, out
In
here.
the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
Oh,
We
Geralt.
bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire.
Last action hero.
May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sangreal.
Oh good, I don't need
a
crowns
wine
for anything.
normally reserved for the ducal table. The
Thank you.
gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I'm honored. Why would I bring that up now?
Second distinction. I'm honored. Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it. In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds.
Yes.
As head of state,
I must judge her fairly. But she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
Oh boy. Here we go. Here's what it all comes to. I love the people just walking
the Witcher
circles
will
around.
take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Really?
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents had always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
You were both children.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
That's a new piece of information.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty,
Why is your hand continually
inappropriate
behind your back?
friendships.
I know there's nothing in it, but it's unnerving.
They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Alright. That entire thing was like a... yeah. I only had a little influence on the actual outcome at the very end there, but it's very much a balancing act. It felt like at any moment she could just turn and, like, stab Anna Henrietta with something or some such. Looks like it turned out well.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. And drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Heh.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Alright.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy.
Gloves for picking mandrakes.
Gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Okay. Where? Oh. Gloves. Alright. And then the mask.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all.
Regis!
Okay.
Damn it, where'd you go?
Why would Regis just...
Regis!
You raise your hand against the vampire! You don't do it for us!
I did what I had to do!
Okay. Bunch of lesser vampires.
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Alright.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Alright. So he just has to...
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
No, just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path. Besides, plenty of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen?
Yeah.
I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
It does.
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Yeah.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
No. Any idea where you'll go?
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Okay. I felt like I
Distance
messed that
is
up.
of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Yeah.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
To look at the camera and smile at them there. Perfect. Alright. So anyways, that was the Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. Very cool little adventure. I really liked Toussaint. The main quest with like Dettlaff and all that was very interesting. Fairy Tale Land here then I really liked the appearance of. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this game. I feel like I dragged out the experience a bit too long, though. Because I started this way back August last year. And playing few hours, like every few weeks, just wasn't that great. It dragged it out too long, so I wasn't staying in it. And it's not helped by the combat in this. I genuinely did not enjoy the combat that much. It's serviceable. It's not bad, but it's not like amazing or standout. I've been spoiled by the way combat works in games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, more recently Sekiro. The recent God of War, and just a lot of games, their combat spoiled this one's for me a bit. But no, the writing and like strength of the storytelling is the heart and soul of this game. In that part, they nailed. I'm very excited to see if they ever end up announcing like a Witcher 4 or another like spin-off. There is the standalone Gwent game. I haven't heard too much about that though. I might do that one at some point. And of course I still have Witcher 1 and 2, but apparently those ones are even worse gameplay-wise. So if I do those ones, I will probably do them on PC, look into like mods, see if I can spruce up the combat end of things. Potentially just put it down on the easiest difficulty, mainly focus on the story. We'll see. But anyways, yeah. I definitely love the world of The Witcher and like Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer, Triss, Vesemir. Like all of the main cast are fantastic. Regis is great. Shawnee was good in the Hearts of Stone DLC. But it's like, yeah, overall in a very good game. I just feel like the gameplay part was somewhat lacking. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. And I hope you guys will join me for my next one. So I'll see all of you guys later. Bye!
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Ooh. Alright. More? Oh, okay. I'll see if this is worth it. Alright. So yeah, I skipped the rest of the credits, and then it's just like, oh boy, I would love to go home. And it's like, really? It's also interesting that Geralt already refers to it as home. Because for him, the closest thing he's had to a home was Caria Morin. But that's just, like, he would only winter there or go there for restocks or other, like, critical bits. Oh, nice to see the torches were super broken there for a second. Hello.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Hello? He's individual. He didn't even give gender. He said individual, they. Bedroom's closed. Hello? Dandelion.
Here at last.
Dandelion? What the hell are you doing here?
I'm not here. I'm a figment of your imagination, because you really want me to be here. Brought you a housewarming gift. It's also an illusion.
Girl.
How do you like it?
What? Thanks?
Makes you look dignified and manlier than in real life.
Does it? The painter's a friend of mine. Could be she gave me slightly broader shoulders? Well, I'm sure.
Don't doubt it. But didn't I see this painting at your place?
This is its perfect replica, and it's yours. To remember me by. Good.
Okay.
So, Geralt, important to remember. If anyone asks, I'm not here.
Of course you aren't.
Last time I was in Toussaint, enjoying myself, true, Henrietta, that is, the Duchess, got a little carried away. Banished me from the duchy on pain of death. Wouldn't want to ruffle her feathers without cause.
Wise.
Yeah.
Especially since she's been through quite a bit recently.
I've heard some rumors, but I'd love a first-hand account. Does it have the makings of a ballad? Well, going to show me around? Tell me the story?
Of course. Let's go. Luckily, Sienna made up with Henrietta. Seems to have abandoned her plans. She's
I
locked
wonder if
up
this
now,
plays out
waiting sentencing,
differently
really.
depending on if you end
Most
up
think
with
the
like
Duchess
Triss
will
or
forgive her.
Yennefer.
Might take some time, but...
What? A story? Seems I missed quite a lot. Shame I didn't ride here with you. Though, truth be told, had my hands full back home as well.
What's new, old friend?
Everything's fine. Great. Thanks to you, I'm with a woman I'm entirely devoted to. Surrendered my heart to.
Didn't have all that much to do with that.
If you hadn't been there, Priscilla would have died a cruel death. And right about now, I'd be drowning my sorrows in some dive with piss-stained walls.
Hope she's better.
She had the best medics around. Wounds have all healed. She's confident, outgoing. She's got places to go and folk to see. And in the alcove. I mean, can you imagine she...
Dandelion, I can't imagine, and I won't.
All right.
Dandelion.
But your loss.
Oh, Dandelion.
How's business? You and Zoltan still have your tavern? Or has he embarked on some new venture?
You know him. We'll share a jug of mead and he'll go on about some new plan he's got. Nothing ever comes of it. So, we're still there.
Okay.
Recently, we discovered Novigrad's largest wine importer was a lying cheat, watering down his wines. But so clever, you'd never taste the difference.
So just enough.
So how'd you figure out he was up to something?
This one day I was feeling down in the muck. Decided to lift my spirits by, well, getting a little drunk. Actually, replace a little with really.
Okay,
So I knocked back a bottle, nothing. Then another. Maybe a slight buzz.
Might not be a lightweight anymore. Could be those years of training have finally paid off.
Come on.
Yeah.
It took me 5 bottles to start seeing double. I thought, might just be a weird day. So I tried the same thing the next morning. Exact same result. I told Zoltan. He tried it and confirmed my findings. So we decided to ask the importer some tough questions. The man cracked.
All right.
I threatened to tell everyone about his trickery unless he gave me a discount.
Plan to stay long?
Don't know yet, but might stay a little while. I've always loved Beauclair. The place is made for poets.
What'll you do here?
City's full of knights errant, and they all want ballads immortalizing their deeds. Get this. I've already been approached by a knight who spent years battling the weather.
The weather?
Says he's got a real bone to pick with gusty storms.
Battles the weather? How's that work?
Dunno. Promised to show me when the time was right. There's another who's vowed to move a mountain that's blocking his ailing mother's view of the sunset.
Oh
So
man,
he's
these
moving.
knights.
One stone at a time. Sole worry is that his mama won't live to see him finish.
You're right. Prime ballad material there.
Yeah, those are
Glad you came.
quite the knights.
We'll have some good talks. See you later, Dandelion.
See you, Witcher.
No main quest.
Wine is better than stew. For stew you have to chew.
All right. Sure. Oh, and that's Dandelion stuff on the floor. Alright, what's this? Letter from Regis. Dear Geralt, if you're reading these words, it means I have already far beyond the borders of Toussaint, and you have found my mutaginator. Of course, you may dub this instrument however you like, perhaps something more fitting to your taste or better reflecting its function, for I have no doubt your knowledge on the subject of mutations is far more profound and thorough than mine. I have been working on this device in my spare time, but now it is finished, and I am convinced as an inventor can be before his invention has been used as intended, of the usefulness of this apparatus. You are surely wondering what function it is meant to serve. As the name indicates, my mutaginator generates mutagens. It operates by absorbing electromagnetic energy waves from bodies, in this case, the bodies of the monsters and evildoers you kill. And when it has absorbed enough, so as to be charged a critical amount, the mutaginator changes the stored energy into a greater mutagen, which I suspect you will make good use of. As you surely understand, I am an amateur engineer, which is why you must forgive the lack of an ability for you to direct this operation. Which mutagen emerges as a result of the is determined at random, meaning chance will decide if it is a green, red, or blue mutagen. Chance, yet I have noted the colors tend to alternate by and large, so you won't get two of the same type in a row, or it'll always be like red, blue, green, red, blue, green. Okay, fair enough. Your dearly devoted friend, Emil Regis Rulikik Dortioff Godirov. I don't know the rest of his name, man. P.S. You might have wondered why I decided to toss the mutaginator into your home instead of simply handing it to you in person. Well, you must know, I did it out of modesty, believe it or not. Take care, Geralt. You may use my gift as you will. Alright. Cool. Alright. Well, that's that, I guess. Alright.
Master Lear and Maid Matilda. Oh, I've a feeling they're the apples of each other's eyes.
Alright, so anyways. Now I'm gonna wrap this one up here proper. Hope you guys enjoyed the little extra bonus that we got there at the end. But anyways, gonna wrap this one up here, and hope you guys will join me. I can't speak, apparently. I hope you guys will join me for my next adventure. Bye!